I was sitting in the middle of a packed exam hall when something strange started happening. One by one, my classmates started raising their hands, asking to use the restroom. Within 10 minutes, half the class had left their seats during a final exam. I didn't know it yet, but my professor had been planning something brilliant. A trap so perfect, it would expose every single cheater in one stroke. If you've ever wanted to see karma strike at the perfect moment, stay tuned. And hey, if you've ever had to deal with unfair classmates or cheaters getting away with it, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story will restore your faith in justice. It was the final exam for our advanced engineering class, the kind of test that could make or break your semester. The air was thick with tension. You could hear pencils scratching, the hum of fluorescent lights, and the occasional sigh of panic. I'd spent weeks studying, caffeine, sleepless nights, the works. But this exam, it was brutal. Equations twisted into riddles, concepts tangled beyond recognition. Still, I told myself, you've got this. Just stay focused. But that's when I noticed something odd. First, a guy 2 rows ahead of me, let's call him Jason, raised his hand. "Professor, may I go to the restroom?" Then another. Then another. Within minutes, there was a small exodus of students shuffling out with their phones tucked in their hoodies. By the 10th person, I wasn't just distracted, I was furious. Because everyone knew what was happening. They were checking answers on Chegg, the infamous homework help site that had turned into every desperate student's secret weapon. I clenched my jaw and kept writing. The professor, Dr. Halpern, was an older man, quiet, kind, the kind who'd rather talk about thermodynamics than discipline. So I figured, he probably didn't even notice. Except, every time someone left the room, his eyes followed them. Calm, steady, observing. There was no anger on his face, just something else. Something I couldn't name at the time, but now I realize it was anticipation. Toward the end of the exam, I reached problem 7, and froze. Part A was tough, but doable. Part B, though, didn't make any sense. It asked for a derivation that went completely beyond what we'd ever covered. I reread it, trying to make sense of the symbols. No use. I scribbled what I could, sighed, and moved on. 5 points out of 100, I could live with that. What I didn't know was that this nonsensical question was actually bait. A few days later, my inbox pinged. Subject line: important announcement regarding final exam results. I clicked it open, expecting the usual grade curve announcement. Instead, I read this. Dear students, after careful grading, I noticed something concerning regarding problem 7b. My heart skipped. As many of you know, this was a complex problem. What you may not know is that I designed it specifically to identify academic dishonesty. I blinked. Wait, what? He continued. A month before the exam, I had my teaching assistant post that exact question, word for word, on Chegg. Shortly afterward, I created an anonymous Chegg account and uploaded a fake solution. My jaw dropped. The solution looked correct at first glance, but contained a fatal conceptual flaw, one that no honest student could have made independently. I could feel my pulse racing. I wasn't the target, but I knew where this was going. Dr. Halpern's email went on. Out of 99 exams, 14 students copied that exact flawed solution, mistake for mistake. Each one has been assigned a grade of 0 and reported to the Academic Integrity Board. He didn't stop there. Their names have also been shared with the department faculty to ensure consistency across courses. You could practically feel the shockwave ripple through the student body. Group chats exploded. People panicked. Some defended the cheaters, others laughed in disbelief. But me? I just sat there, rereading that email with a mix of awe and satisfaction. Core, justice at last. See, I'd watched these same students brag all semester. How easy this class is if you know where to look. Just check it, man. No one checks. They'd mocked people like me, the ones who actually studied, who played by the rules. And now? The system had finally turned on them. Justice didn't just come, it arrived beautifully orchestrated. I could imagine Dr. Halpern at his desk, sipping coffee, maybe even smiling faintly as he pressed send. Not out of cruelty, but out of principle. Because he'd been underestimated. They thought he was too old to understand modern cheating. Too out of touch to notice. But instead, he became the ultimate strategist. For the rest of the semester, no one dared to use their phones during an exam again. Dr. Halpern didn't raise his voice or give lectures about ethics. He didn't need to. His plan had spoken louder than any punishment could. And though I didn't cheat, he gave full credit on that impossible question to everyone who didn't fall for the trap. 5 free points. A quiet nod of respect to the honest ones. That gesture meant more to me than the grade itself. When those 14 students got the news, it was chaos. Some begged for mercy. Others tried to argue that they didn't know it was wrong. But every single one had the same telltale, identical mistake. The same false equation, the same missing variable, the same fake reasoning, all copied word for word from the Chegg trap. And that's when I realized, Dr. Halpern didn't just punish cheaters. He taught an unforgettable lesson, that intelligence and integrity are not the same thing. He weaponized the cheater's own arrogance, and turned it into the perfect revenge. Sometimes justice doesn't roar, it whispers. It waits, patient and precise, until the right moment to strike. Dr. Halpern proved that honesty may not give you shortcuts, but it will give you peace. And sometimes, a well-deserved victory. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, it really helps the channel out. And tell me in the comments, have you ever seen someone get caught in their own trap like this? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories of karma, justice, and revenge, because sometimes, the smartest move is simply to wait.